Hi everybody. Last time when I made a video, I wanted to try and convince all of you to give Danish a go. This time, I want to share with you my experience in visiting Denmark. First of all, can you guess how many times I have seen Denmark? Maybe you're thinking I've been there like 3 or 4 times. Actually, I've been to Denmark 12 times. I know a lot of people say to me, why do you go back there so often? Doesn't it get boring? But in all honesty, each time I go back there, I get a different experience. For example, they have a fun fair right in the city centre called the Tivoli, and depending on which season you go at, you get a different experience for each one. So for example, if you go during the summer, it has a really cozy feeling in there. If you go during Halloween, you get all these Halloween decorations. And if you go during Christmas, you get all these different types of Christmas food there and nice Christmas decorations. So, also, what other benefits do I get by going to Denmark again and again? Well, okay, the first couple of times, you get to be a tourist. You do what you need to do. You take pictures, enjoy all the tourist attractions. So what after? Well, I go back there for like, you could say shopping reasons. Like, I go back there to get my Danish movies because there are certain films that you cannot find in London. So in order for me to watch them, I go back just to buy them. And it's also a good way for me to stay motivated and practice my Danish. So if every time I go back and I'm able to hold a conversation with the locals, it means I'm improving. And when you see yourself improving, you're bound to be more motivated to continue to study. So that is what I want to tell you. And if I had to share with you my happiest memory when I went to Denmark, it was probably my third trip because that was the first time I actually traveled alone. And it was fun because after I arrived in Copenhagen, after 3 hours, my suitcase was just full of Danish movies and TV series. After 3 hours of arriving. So it was a lovely experience because I also had a lot of freedom. I could do anything I wanted. I was able to choose what I wanted to eat. Didn't have to, like negotiate with a friend. And if you ask me what was my worst memory, funny enough, I would say it was my first time in Copenhagen. It was because I was with a friend, and because it was our first time to visit Copenhagen, we didn't know many Danish restaurants, or we couldn't find a good one. So on our very last night, we ended up eating fish and chips because my friend wanted to watch a football match. It was quite annoying because we hardly tried any Danish food. So, except for smørrebrød, which is some Danish open sandwiches, we didn't really eat much Danish food. So you could say that was probably my most annoying experience, because when you go to a different country, you want to try the food, but we hardly ate anything that was Danish. So that's why, even though sometimes your first time visiting a country might be the best one, for me it was the worst one. So on my second trip to Denmark, I went with another friend, and this time it was much better, and we tried a lot of Danish food, so it was much more happy experience. But the reason why I chose my third trip alone to Denmark was probably because I knew the place already, and also I did everything at my own pace. So as I got to know the Copenhagen more and more, I felt very comfortable there. So it became like a second home to me. That's why whenever I have free time, I choose to go back there. So yeah, 12 times is a lot for visiting just one country, but actually, I also go to other cities. I've been to Aarhus 4 times, Odense once, and Aalborg once. So these 4 are the 4 biggest cities in Denmark. And hopefully, next year, I will get the chance to visit Billund. It's where Lego was born. So next year, I hope to visit there. And hopefully, it will be another new experience. So that's all for today. That's all I wanted to share with you. You can subscribe me on YouTube, or you can follow me on Instagram. And hopefully I'll see you soon when I make my next video. Thank you.